Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Expanse reaction. This is Rod Live. My name is Matt. Last time on The Expanse, the party got split. Sure. At the end of the episode, Naomi decided, you know what? I'm done with this greater good stuff that we're trying to do and getting no results out of it. So I'm just gonna go and help out the people over here in this colony that need it because they're gonna starve to death. And there's that woman that we kind of fucked over and got her husband killed. So I'm gonna go help her out. I'm gonna make sure that ship works, and we're gonna get as many people in it as possible, and we're gonna just leave. Now, how they're gonna leave, I'm not sure because there's a no flight restriction thing going on. But I don't know. It might not apply to people inside of the colony already, but whatever. That happened, and Amos went with Naomi because, of course, he did. But Holden gave him the order to do so, and then Holden was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna keep following this proto molecule shit with this trail of the Caliban that we found." And he's gonna do so with Alex and Prax. And he actually told Prax to go with Naomi, but Prax was like, "No, I'm staying. I'm following this thing because this is a lead to his daughter." And for all we know, that proto-molecule monster might be his daughter. It might be May, because I also think that the scientists referred to it as like a female pronouns. So could be May for all we know. We don't know, but could be. Backpedaling a little bit. So in that episode, the Rosie crew, they encounter this group of scientists, and they were just like eating, celebrating, whatever. And they had a battle, a minor fight, an encounter, where Prax kind of jumped the gun, and Amos got shot saving Prax. So he's one arm down. He can use his left arm. Kind of looks like a badass while wielding everything in one arm though, so that's kind of cool. But Amos still was like the MVP of that fight. He's like the MVP of every fight. But like, there was a moment where the scientists like locked all themselves inside of one room, and then from that room they threw a grenade, and Amos immediately saw it, immediately heard it, immediately acted, and with one arm just like grabbed it, opened the door, threw it back at them, closed the door, and then they all blew up. And then Project Caliban, that was apparently in the room, got freed, and it just eviscerated everybody in the room, and then flee, and then left. So just left, like broke a wall, and then just left into space. And the automatic door trigger system, whatever, triggered. So that's how the Rosa crew was able to get into that room. And then they saw the blue thing, just like Bigfoot, just like, oh, and then go. And it just left, and they were like, what the fuck, it's not wearing a suit. Also, Alex is there. Alex showed up being like, hey, I saw that there was some a Martian ship or whatever that was coming here. I wrote it down, the Caracum. It's coming here, and there's a no-fly zone restriction going on. So I thought I'm just gonna come and rescue you guys because I figure you guys were gonna need it. So he did, and he's there. And then they saw it, the Blue Man Group itself, and then that's where the episode ended. Another thing that happened is that Gunnery Sergeant over the Draper over here, she decided, you know what, I'm done with this shit. So she went and got answers from the one Martian man, the high-ranking official. I don't know exactly what rank he is. I kind of don't care. I don't remember his name, but it was something similar to Mars. So fuck it, Martian man. So she interrogated him essentially because with what she heard from Avazarala and what she, like everything that she picked up from the whole situation on the Martian side of things, she eventually came to the conclusion of like, okay, they're hiding something from me. So she went and got answers. And initially she was yelled at, and then she was like, all right, you know what? No, I'm gonna take the initiative here. So she went and was like, okay, dude, tell me everything you're hiding from me. And the dude was like, fuck you. You're done. And then she was like, oh, I'm done. So they just grabbed his face, slammed it against a wall, slammed it against the screen, just broke his back, just choked him out, just being like, fucking tell me. The dude grabbed his like computer, datapad, tablet, whatever, and just went, okay, show about the Project Caliban. And then she saw that apparently that drone that we saw in Paradigm Shift was recording the whole thing, and that whole thing was a field test. We actually also heard that in like a flashback that we saw with the doctor Strickland and another woman when they were carrying May. They were saying like, oh yeah, or like customer or whatever. They wanted to see a field test, and yeah, we knew some shit might happen as a result, but like, hey, they wanted to know. So it seems like it all comes together in the sense that like everything that happened in the paradigm shift was just a field test, just to test the capabilities of the Caliban so they can sell it to Mars. So Mars can juice themselves out with like super soldiers. And they threw Gunny's group in it as just fucking lambs to the slaughter. Just like, let's see if it can take all of them out. And it could. So, as for what actually happened to the Caliban himself, they might have killed it after that, like before it got gunny, because the drone was also had like a light. It might be a recording light, but it could also have had like a laser or something that disintegrated the Caliban as soon as they came up with like, okay, you know what, like we've seen enough. So I don't know what that happened, what happened over there. But Gunny figured all that out. She took the computer that the dude had, and she just immediately ran into the border, being like, I need political asylum. Help me out." So then Earth was like, "Okay, we're listening." And Christian, of course, she knows everything. And now, the other dude, what was his name? Aaron Wright also is helping out now because he came clean now. So they are all working together to some degree. So Gunny gave them all the information, told them everything, and gave them computers. So now they know. Here's the problem: is that Jupiter Mao contacted Christian and said like, "Okay, come meet me, and we'll figure something out." Wink. Uh, that's bad because that could be a trap. That is most certainly a trap of some kind. And the other thing is that Aaron Wright seems to be the one that is gonna be put on trial or some shit over the meteor thing that happened, because someone's gonna get thrown under the bus, and it's not gonna be Jupiter Mao because he's Jeff Bezos, and when you're a billionaire, you can get away with anything. They might throw him under the bus, and he is guilty to a degree. Like let's not pretend that he isn't. But the thing is that now he's actually helping. The thing is that if he gets made to take the fall, and Christian gets taken out, Eric is done. Like Eric has no one else left to like fight for it, knowing what the actual problem is. So I'm expecting that to happen. Actually, with the way they set up things, previous episode alone, I'm like, oh, that could happen, and that would be bad, because I'm just like, yeah, Jupiter is gonna go free. Like he's just gonna go in cahoots with Martians. He's gonna do his own thing, and Earth is just gonna be like, we don't know anything now because everyone that knew is just gone. We just disposed of like the two capable people we had, and who's gonna believe the fucking spy? Like that could be the thing. Is that like the spy gets away, and then he goes to like Holden or whatever, and then he like gives him the information or some shit like that. That could happen, but like I don't know. I don't know where this is going. So yeah, I think that's it for the recap. So Holden and the Rosa crew. Well, Holden, Prax, and Alex, they're gonna chase the Blue Man group and see what the fuck is up there. Also, apparently the Caracum, is here to pick up the Caliban. I think someone mentioned that you were supposed to see that on the screen that the Martian man was looking at, and I saw that he got a message of saying something about the Caracum, but I didn't get to read all of it. And I think that someone pointed out to me that it said that it was supposed to pick up the Caliban. So that might happen. So there might be an encounter between that half of the Rosa crew and the Caracum or the Caliban. But like the fucking Caliban is like way above a pay grade. Like, dude, like that thing took out like 11 people, no problem. Highly trained, super teched up people, no problem. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, we'll just see where this goes. Like, by the way, there's only like 2 episodes left in this season, I think, right? Let me take a look. So this is episode 12, wouldn't it? Yeah, there's only 2 more episodes in this season. So this might be the beginning of like a 2-parter finale or some shit. I'm not gonna watch 2 episodes together, but I'm just saying some shit might go down here. So yeah, let's just jump into it. So yeah, The Expanse Season 2, Episode 12. Let's go. I wonder if all the planets aligning in the intro means anything.
Everything I did out of love. For Earth, for our people.
I know you did.
Well, then help me.
You okay, Dad?
No.
Sorry that I had to leave your mother. Listen to your heart. No matter what, it'll always be the right call.
Are you gonna die this episode, dude? Even he's like, oh my god, that is a death flag.
You can't freak me out, Dad. Come on.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I don't mean to freak you out. Everything's gonna be okay.
Okay.
Is there a freakier thing that when you're just chilling, then the dude just grabs you, gives you life advice, goes like, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. It's like, fine from what?
Dead center.
Project Caliban. May. I didn't get to read everything. I wanted
There
to.
it is, in the
Okay.
Ag Dome.
Why kill it? It's such a base human instinct to destroy things we don't understand.
Don't talk down to me, plant guy.
Saw it. What you keep referring to as a thing could have been my child.
Okay, he is on the same track that I am.
Alex, give me the scopes.
Child with a soul holding, terrified and tortured, unable to comprehend what happened to her.
I mean, to a degree he's right, but also it like literally modulated her.
If we keep moving and they see us, they're gonna send us a high explosive welcome package, and then this hunt is gonna be over permanently. Right now, we need to look like part of the sequence.
We need to let it go.
We had arranged in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, just hide. Just hide. Leave it be for now. Okay, so here's the thing is that Brax could be right, actually. We don't know that. But also it could just be a molecule monster that's just gonna kill everything. We also don't know that, so I like that Brax has accepted that that is a possibility, though. He immediately did it.
Give it to Jefferson if I can, and you tell him that this medal was given to the father he knows. No matter what he hears about me.
You were instrumental in bringing Sergeant Draper to our side. She's given us critical information on the Martian weapons test on Ganymede. All of that will go in your favor.
History's written by the winners, Christian. They're already making weapons. They're testing them.
You honestly believe that Mars would use this proto-molecule to destroy Earth?
Yes, I do.
There she is.
You don't have much script.
Save your script. All are welcome, long as you enjoy a hard floor.
I heard they're shutting off the air handlers one level at a time. Then what everyone gonna do?
Your panel's shot to shit. Thanks to you. It's being taken care of. Hey, big fella. How about corralling these folks for me?
If you want to get out of here and help these people, you need me.
You people are shit magnets.
I have never crossed anyone first. But burn me in mine and I'll go through you like a door.
She could.
All right, then. Let's go. We will be departing momentarily.
Okay. We're all... Okay. All three of us. This is a party. I like this party.
We used to use that for target practice.
Oh, this must be weird for you.
If it's any consolation, I don't want to be here either.
Why am I here?
Because the Martian delegation is still on Earth. And as long as they are here, you're a bargaining chip. So now I've taken you off the board.
I see I'm your property.
Let her win. Trust me.
Any shit hits the fan out here, I expect you two to get me out of it.
I like that. You're my guard. You're my security. So I'm assuming the spy man is capable too. He's capable in a fight, I mean. I should remember the name of that guy. I really should. He's important.
Say something to distract me.
I don't like this whole setup. Why is Mal suddenly so eager to come in from the cold? It reeks.
Actually, be quiet.
Actually, just don't worry me further.
His life, his memories are anchored to that rock.
So he shouldn't.
That is Earth's real gravity.
Poetic. The fact that he's gonna do this thing, I love you. Oh my god, you're gonna die this episode, aren't you? What's that? Is that like a truth serum? Like he has to tell the truth? Or is that like a I'm gonna kill myself thing? I don't think it is, because it didn't feel like he was gonna kill himself, but
I'm gonna back us up and ease us out.
No, you're not. Keep going.
All right, you want to talk about this for a second?
Not really.
Okay. Look, those things you saw in Eros. I mean, I can't even. You were in the belly of the beast, so I get why this might be kind of personal for you.
Good. So let's not overthink it.
This version of Hold It is like,
No, please! That is not your kid! Not anymore!
It's death. It's not the proto-molecule, it's protogen and men like you.
Damn it, we lost it! Alex, give me a full 360!
oh my god. This is very
Do
interesting.
you ever think that maybe it's luring us in here?
Are you refusing to fly?
He's like, oh my god, this fucking guy.
Why can't we wait on board? Air out here's getting like poison.
Because she says so, asshole.
People! We're doing this my way!
How are we gonna find another ship? We're getting on.
Oh, okay.
We're shutting the doors until this crowd calms down! The air refill station's been shut down. We can't fill our ship's air tanks.
How much air do we have?
Not counting us 5, enough for about 52 people. There's over 100 out there.
Half of them are gonna die.
We open that door and announce we're taking 50 on a ship that fits 300.
And it's gonna be a riot.
Get Holden to come back.
Can't. The Martian ships have jammed all our comms. You want to walk down that line, look at every face, and decide who gets to live? You think they're gonna let you do that?
We're not fucking leaving those people here.
And she gets to look at them.
Scottish gold. It's 107 years old.
Oh, is he gonna
Found in a
poison
shipwreck
him?
house.
That's what that green thing was? He's also drinking it, so.
You know what? You take that bottle. It's a gift. But as for the proto-molecule, Sergeant Draper was witness to a game-changing technology.
I'm truly sorry one of us has to lose.
Oh, don't worry about me. Or you, for that matter. God damn it. Think about our people about to blow each other up over Ganymede. And it won't end there.
This fucking guy.
MCRN is securing a landing corridor for an inbound burner.
Those scientists are packing up the lab to leave with that thing. I'm guessing that was their ride.
They're not gonna be too happy when they find out their lab rat is loose.
Even more reason to kill it now. You got your wish. Mars is in the proto-molecule business now, just like everyone else.
That any power corrupts. Even old men's dreams.
There's no evolving past that.
It's kicking in. It's kicking in. You did poison him. He got a heart attack, didn't he? But like,
Developing this simple enzyme to debilitate soldiers taking drugs for gravity sickness.
oh.
You give a monkey a stick. Inevitably, he'll beat another monkey to death with it. You were right. One of us has to lose.
Take Arkham.
Help! I need help!
Oh, now he's gonna.
Get a medic! Get a medic!
Okay. Sure. I like that he explained what that was and why it didn't affect him.
You served.
Okay, so he has combat capabilities.
Second. Back in the day.
No wonder you ended up in her world.
Actually, I got her son killed.
Ooh. So that was your B. Gave wrong information, maybe? Wow, I like the samurai.
Beautiful ship.
I like... There's a lot of Asian touch there. I see a dragon there.
Earth has been very good to Mr. Mao.
Wow, she's stuffing herself.
I appreciate you coming.
Just get to the fucking point.
I like that. I like that. I like Christian a lot. I'm gonna be sad when she dies. When everyone dies this episode, everything's gonna hit the shit. Like, I'm expecting everything to go wrong right now. Holden is also like falling to the dark side at this point. Karakum respawn.
Holden, patrol comms are going nuts.
What?
Karakum, it's gone.
Oh!
What was that?
Something fell out of orbit.
No.
Something big.
Oh boy.
You even arrested my cousin. He's a monk. When you exonerate my family, unconditionally, unfreeze my assets, we'll talk about how I can help keep Earth and Mars from blowing up this whole goddamn system. In time, Earth may be granted access to the proto-molecule, same as Mars. You'll partner with my company's in funding and research. Mars and Earth will maintain peace through balance, which you prefer to call mutually assured destruction.
And you'll remain in the middle, benefiting from both, somehow loyal to both.
It's that simple.
From Secretary Ehrenreich.
Excuse me?
It's for you, sir, and the Undersecretary.
I just killed Martian Man.
I'll be brief. Martian Defense Minister Korshunov suffered a fatal heart attack earlier this evening. Simultaneously, the MCRN Karakum, dispatched by Korshunov to take delivery of your proto-molecule
Got
technology,
destroyed.
was destroyed
Yeah.
over Ganymede. And I gave the order. And I can give the same order to end your life where you breathe at the same coordinates I'm sending this message.
You led him right to me.
Don't be an
Keep that
idiot.
thought in mind. Monsieur Mao, there were 2 men in the entire universe who could protect your proto-molecule project, and now Korshunov is dead. I can assure you, I'm the only friend you have left, and do not test my resolve on this. Christian, if you're listening, you taught me, you drilled it into my head, that Earth must come first. And now you've thrown me to the wolves for fulfilling my sacred oath, while you grovel at the foot of Mars and Jules Pierre Mao. And that is the real betrayal here. So, Jules, you will clean up the mess you made for me. You will return to Earth alone. You will await my instructions, and you will get the fuck back to work.
So many characters falling to the dark side right away. The fucking kid holding it right to the camera, like, look at my kid. She's gonna open the door.
Where the hell are you going?
She's gonna open the door.
A lot of them are going to die.
Yeah?
And I know you can't understand why that should matter. That's not my problem.
Those people will kill you.
Let go of me! Let go!
What did you inject him with? Okay, the same thing as earlier. So he's gonna doze off. What is she gonna say? She's gonna tell them the bad news, and then whatever happens, happens.
The ship has air for 52! Only 52! I came out here to see what you and I could do about that.
Trying to tick me, huh? Like that tobacco while I fly the ship?
Calm these people down and line them up. Children first. Best you can. Do it! And I'll trade places with you.
Yeah, Naomi's gonna say.
I was on the last ship off Eros. I didn't do enough.
Her brother on Eros.
We all did.
Get back! Everybody back! Where's your pride, Beltelodas? You're tougher than anyone in the system. Every single one of you knew. You were certain on the day you were born. Our life is hard.
Luckily, this guy has charisma to make this speech.
There's air for only 52 aboard. There will be children, young women, and young men getting on. If we have to stay back, we have to stay back. So let's be tough and do what needs to be done. Children, go.
Okay.
Stay together. No, we'll lose this place. Go.
Next group, go. Move, that's right. That's good. Keep moving. That's it. No more.
He doesn't get to go. He was the last one. Oh, that must suck.
Go. You've earned it. Thank you.
He's gonna be like, no, you go. Yeah, okay.
We're not finished yet.
You're our main character. Oh, okay. That's good. That was good. I really like that. This is what I was saying.
I got it! Alex, get me a clear shot!
Let me go out there and see if I can make contact. Whatever happens, it's not on you.
How are you gonna make contact? You saw what it did to those people in the lab.
They had it in a prison. I need to know.
I can't let you do it.
Oh, there it is.
Holden, the somnambulist is pushing off. They're underway. Things must have got a lot worse on the ground.
Holden's gonna have to make the decision of we kill the thing or we save Naomi.
The second the somnambulist sticks its head out of the station, it's gonna get lit up.
Naomi was right, and you know it.
This ain't gonna end anything. And our family needs our help right now.
Yes. Holden, for the love of fucking God.
Take us into custody. Just do not fire.
The rest is gonna save them. Come on, Alex. Show up. There it is. Okay, hit it. Ooh. It wasn't a clear shot.
I got it. I got
Good job, Alex. This motherfucker saved the day. Alex saved the fucking day. It's so hard.
You're a son of a bitch. That's my status.
Alright.
Good to hear you too. This is the warship Rocinante. You're aware of our capabilities more than anyone. We're escorting a vessel of refugees away from your AO. Any ship that opens fire on us will feel the sum total of our state-of-the-art Martian arsenal rammed up its ass. We'll all die together. This is our only and final warning. Stay clear.
When did you get so wise, Cap?
A minute ago. So the Rossi could go back and get more people off the station, couldn't they? Well, no, they have to escort the ship now, I guess, so. Alright. Okay, that's it. That's a last second, just like, no, fuck you. You are not done yet. Dude, last second, they just throw some shit at you. Just like, you thought that was over with? No, it's not. So, okay, at the very last second, they just show the Caliban aboard the Rosie. Fuck. Fuck. So, how didn't they get any reads from that? Maybe they did. Maybe they got reads, but they were like, well, we were like kind of crashing anyway. Like, that was a tight fit. We just kind of like, we got damaged a little bit, but they didn't think too much about it. I don't know. But like, I would assume that the Rosie will give you information of like, oh shit, we got damaged while moving. It's like, okay, so let's see what that is about. But like, no, the Caliban just snuck in. Sure. You know what? Sure. So this finale is going to be like, we're trapped on a spaceship, on a small ship, enclosed with the monster that can take out like 12 people, no problem. Highly trained, highly equipped soldiers. And we have Holden, also known as Anakin Skywalker. We have Alex, who is more of a pilot than he's a fighter. And we have Prax, plant guy. So, I don't know what we're gonna do here. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. That monster's gonna be May, and May is gonna see Prax, and she's gonna freak out or whatever, and she's not gonna kill him as a result. Or by a clever thinking, they're gonna take it out. Somehow they're gonna like space it. They could space it alongside like Holden, because Holden is in the intro. We're in a spacesuit, but he's like alone floating through space. So I'm like, okay. Based off on that, I have the idea of like maybe he will like try and 1v1 it, and then the others are gonna space that room or whatever, and they're both gonna get sucked into space, and they're just gonna float there. That could be how that encounter ends. But because like I'm trying to think, how could that encounter go without all of them dying immediately? Like, how could that happen? Also, the Rosie. Okay, so the Rosie can be destroyed. I just don't think it will, because it's a named ship, right? Because they made a big deal out of it, and up until this point it has been kind of a big thing. But like, if they hadn't gone through like, oh, we need to give it a name, it's gonna be cool, and then they're like going through names, and then it's like, no, we gotta go to Rosie. Yeah, the Rocinante, that sounds good. It's like, the fact that they went through all of that gives me this feeling of like, the Rosie is a constant. Like, it's nothing's gonna happen to it, and if something does happen to it, it has suffered battle damage before, but it's not gonna blow up and die, right? Unless then we acquire another ship of the same like caliber than the Rosie, and we name it the Rosie 2. Like, that's the only way I can buy the Rosie exploding. So I don't think that's gonna happen, and I also don't think they're gonna kill Holden, Alex, and Prax immediately. Like, all three of them at once. No, one of them can die, not all three. So I'm just struggling to think how they're gonna get out of this. So it has to be either that Caliban is May, and then she's gonna come to her senses and not gonna kill all of them because she's gonna see Brax, or they're gonna trick it and in some way we're gonna get rid of it. Those are the only things I can think about how next episode is gonna go down. Alternatively, there could just not be an encounter and it's just sneaking inside the ship and it's gonna be taken wherever. I don't think that's gonna happen because, like, why would it do that? Like, does it have like super intelligence? I don't think it did. Well, like, I mean, I guess it could, but like, why would it like mindlessly kill people that we have already seen? We're assuming it's kind of like a monster, like a Frankenstein thing, but like, we don't know the intelligence of. Well, what did that thing that we read say? Project Caliban, Protomolecule Phase 4 Hybrid, Structure, Capability, Specifications, Anatomy, Timeline. So it doesn't really necessarily say, like, intelligence or some shit like that here anywhere. I mean, I guess it could go under capability, is what it's capable of. Like, it's capable of, like, rational human thought. I don't know. So, I don't know how that's gonna go down. Okay, let's actually focus on what actually happened on the episode. So, I'm gonna skim through it real quick here. And we begin with Sadavir Ehrenreich. So, I like that at the beginning, he's just shaving and then he's like walking his kid to school and the kid is like, "Are you okay, Dad?" And he's like, "Okay, so here's some life advice, follow your heart, okay? No matter what happens, people all like me are going to tell you what to do, just follow your heart." That's where it's at. And he's like, "You sure you're fine?" It's like, "Everything's going to be okay, son." And it's like, that's like the most concerning sequence of events you could possibly say, because it's like, you're just chilling, and then your dad grabs you, gives you life advice, and goes like, "Everything's gonna be fine." And it's like, okay, now I'm worried. I wasn't worried before. I was just minding my own business. Now I am. Now that you said that I am, it's like, okay, sure. So he had to have that audience that we talked about in the previous episode. So I'm not sure how that went. I actually don't think it happened yet, right? They actually just had a meeting with him and the Martian dude. I don't remember his name. Doesn't matter. He's dead. So Aaron Wright just killed off that dude. He just fucking assassinated, spy style, that dude. He poisoned him. So I was like, what is that liquid? And it's like, no, it was straight up poison. But it wasn't poison. It was... I don't remember what the history of that thing he said was. I mean... That's like small details, they don't matter. But I like that he gave an explanation of like, we have this thing that we developed that would actually like trigger to the drugs that you take for gravity. So that explains why he drank it, but nothing happened to him. It happened to him, the Martian dude. So Aaron Wright was fine and he just drank it, no problem. And it's like, yeah, I'm fine because I'm not taking those drugs. You are. So cardiac arrest, you get a heart attack. Just no problem. Nobody will ever know. So then he just dies, and then he's like, "Help me!" He's just collapsed. Whoops it all. So he just assassinated this dude. Immediately afterwards, he was like, "Oh, the Karakum. Okay, bam, destroyed." Anyway, then he sent a private message to Jupiter Mao and to Christian, I assume, and it's just this video footage of the dude just going like, "Okay, so I just assassinated that dude, so one of your players, done. Like, he can't help you anymore, he's dead. Now, the only person you can come to is me. So now you're gonna get your ass back here on Earth, and you're gonna work for me, and you're gonna make your dumb alien bullshit for me. Christian, you told me, you drill into my brain that the only thing that always matters is Earth. Earth must come first. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to make sure that Earth always comes first. So yeah, I'm taking the initiative here. So I'm going to grab Jupiter Mao by the balls and he's going to work for me. Like, I'm not going to go on associate of him. I'm not gonna help him out do his crazy bullshit. I'm just gonna let him do his crazy bullshit for me at gunpoint. So now that's the only thing he has. So fuck off. He's mine now. So sure, lots of characters just suddenly going super dark this episode. I mean, suddenly not really. Like it's been laid out mostly for Holden, not necessarily for him. And we're gonna talk about Holden a little bit, but like this dude, I thought. So this dude was just like on cahoots with fucking Jupiter Mao, and then he had a conscience, and then he was like, you know what, that was bad. That shouldn't happen. So I'm just gonna come clean. And then he was like, okay, you know what? No, fuck all that shit. We're gonna do the exact same thing we're doing, except this time I'm gonna be the one in charge, and we're gonna do it for the betterment of Earth alone. That's the only thing I care for now. So I guess his thought process was, so at first he was like helping him out, and the dude was like, oh yeah, I'm helping her, and he was like, yeah, sure, you can do whatever you want. And then shit kept getting crazier, and eventually when Eros happened, he was like, well shit. And then eventually he came clean because he was feeling guilty about it. And he also knew that Jupiter Mao was probably like cooperating with some other party. So then he's like, okay, so this should help Earth. But then when they all put themselves into position that they put themselves in, he finally just goes like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make my play, and I'm just gonna murder the Martian man. I'm just gonna just fuck that guy. So I'm just gonna break whatever they're doing, the plans that they're doing with Jupiter Mao, because like now the dude's dead, the other dude who gives a shit, and now I'm gonna force you to come to Earth and work for me. I'm your only friend you have left, so like I'm your only way out here. You have to work for me or you're gonna die, because I'm gonna blow up your ship and the other three I don't give a shit about. I'm just gonna do it. I don't care. Because I know where you're located. Because Christian is there. And I know where Christian is. So, there you go. He did write down like a letter where he... Let me find that letter again. Let me find that scene where he was writing that down. So, the letter... Can he read it? I can see how it ends. I can't read all of it because it's blurred. You're you, then blurred. Unwavering, and I become blurred. I am because of you blurred. In the coming days, on makes blur a very possible, perhaps inevitable, that my character. Wait, what? Okay, let me go back. You don't get to read it very well for very long. That my character will be called into question. My what blur service, even my most whatever, even my morals. And then he writes I love you at the end. That my character will be called into question, my whole life of something, service, even my morality. I love you, Sadavir. And then he closed the letter and wrote down the name Jody, which I believe was his ex-wife, I assume, because he did apologize at the beginning to his son for separating from his mom. So I assume that's that. Okay, interesting what they're doing with this character. I want to see where this goes. So yeah, Sadavir's doing some shit. I like the name Sadavir. I always call him Aaron Wright, but I know his name is Sadavir, okay? Speaking of names, I need to know the name of the spy man. Like, did I write that down? Cotiar? Yeah, I wrote it down. I just never remembered it. Cotiar is a Vasarala spy, so I like him. And he's, like, enough of a character that I should at least know his name, instead of just calling him the spy man or the spy dude. Anyway, Cotiar, Avazarala, and Gunny were all taken to Jupiter Mao's like quote unquote trap, but apparently it wasn't a trap, it was an actual meeting. So they all went there, and it's where that Gunny went. But Christian was like, "All right, so you have to come with me because you're essentially my hostage now." Like, because like Gunny has nowhere to go, so it's like, "All right, you're staying with me then." It's just as simple as that. And then she goes like, "Also because I'm gonna need some escort, and I think you two are capable. So yeah, here you come. You two come with me." So both went with her to meet with Jupiter Mao. Interesting. I like Jupiter Mao's ship. I like that set. It looked pretty cool. I love the samurai at the back. I love the dragon. I love all that like Asian decorations that they were there. Is he of Japanese descent? I mean Mao, right? But like, is he? Because samurai are Japanese, they're not Chinese. And that dragon, how is it? Yeah, I guess it is a Japanese dragon. Why not? Japanese dragon statue. There's so much cooler statues than that one if you just Google it. I wonder if there was a Tanuki. Like you, if you want a Japanese decoration statue, you want a fucking Tanuki with the big fucking nutsack. Those are the best. Anyway, so moving on. So they met up, and then all that shit with Aaron Wright happened. Like there wasn't that much happening there, except that I really like Christian's response of like, Juvir Mao just walks in and goes like, "All right, so welcome to," and then let's just get to the fucking point, okay? Sure, let's talk business then. So that was pretty good. So I guess we need to talk about Holden here. We need to talk about what they're doing, the Rose is doing. So the entire episode, Holden, Alex, and Prax, they're chasing the Blue Man Group. They're chasing the Caliban. And I liked that Prax immediately goes, "Wait, that could be my daughter." Because I've been saying it for like since we first saw the first Caliban, I was like, could be the daughter for all we know. That would be fucked up. And then it's like, no, wait, that actually might be my daughter. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Thank you for just saying it instead of like, because like the worst would have been if it actually had come had come to happen, and then it was treated as like a revelation of like, oh my god, it was her the whole time. It's like, no, because they're already laying out. They have already laid up enough information for you to be like, yeah, that could be her. And now Prax himself is actually going like, wait, that could be her, yeah. So even if it does turn out to be her, which now I'm doubting, because so when the character goes, that could be the case, I'm like, okay, now there's even lesser chances that there was before. Like before he said it, it was very high. Now I'm like, maybe not. It still could be. I still think it might be. But I think now the chance is lesser than it was before he said it. But so if it does turn out to be her, at least it's not going to be like a full like, oh my god, it was her the whole time. It's going to be so it was you. Oh my god. And then we're just going to have to process the fact that of what happened to her. Because now we have confirmation. Now we can deal with that, right? But like, so they're chasing it, and Holden wants to kill it. He just wants to kill it dead. He's just like, fuck it, we're hunting it down. We're just destroying it. And Prax is like, wait, that could be my daughter. Let's not fire. Let's try to understand what that is. Let's try to maybe interact with it in some way. It's like, no, we're shooting it down. I was on Eros. You didn't see what I see. I was in the belly of the beast. You know, that kind of shit. So it was like, all right, Holden, just lay out the edgelord a little bit. Just like, it's okay. It's all right. Just chill down a little bit. But, and like, because that's the thing, is that they kept putting him in the situation of like, he wants to kill it so bad. And I understand the thing of like, we need to kill every proto-molecule thing because proto-molecule bad. I understand that thought process. But when Alex goes like, there's the fucking, the Caracum or whatever is flying right above us. They're going to see us. We need to stop moving. And Holden is like, no, shoot it. And it's like, dude, we're going to die if we do that. We're just going to blow up. That's just going to be the end of that. Do you want that to happen? Do you want everything to just blow up and everything to be for nothing? And then Holden is like, oh my gosh, fine. So then they hid. Then they kept chasing it, and they were going through spaces of like, they weren't allowed to, well, they're not allowed to be here in any way, but like places that were really difficult for them to maneuver in. And Alex was having a really tough time, and Alex was like, "We need to pull away." And Holden is like, "No, we need to keep going. We're gonna kill it. We're gonna find it. We're gonna." It's like, oh my god. And then Alex, I like Alex here a lot. This episode, he was like my favorite character. Save that one dude, the giant big dude, Beltaloda. That guy was good. But like, I like Alex because Alex was like, "Okay, Holden, we need to talk about this, dude. What the fuck? Like, actually, what the fuck are you doing here?" Like, I like that. I like that someone in universe in the episode when like just look at Holden and they say like, "Okay, no, dude, we need to talk about this. What the fuck is going on with you?" Like, honestly. And then he knows what is going on with him, and he has that conversation. And Holden doesn't care. Holden legitimately doesn't care. He's like, "No, we're killing it." And I like that Alex was like, "No, we shouldn't." And then he's like, "Are you defying an order?" And he's like, "No." So then he goes back to flying. Sure. Right? So, and Holden was even like lashing out on him too a little bit because he was like, "So now we know for sure that the Martians are also using the proto molecule. Like now we know, and you wanted to give it them." And he was like, "You don't know that." He's like, "I know." And it's like, well, really, you don't know for sure, but it's pretty cemented that that's the case, and we as an audience know. So in that case, Holden is right. However, he's bringing up something that Alex said one time, which was like, maybe we could give it to them, just like a throwaway idea. And then he's like, "Your beloved Martians are killing people with this thing." It's like, oh my god, chill down, like calm the fuck down. He's so vengeful over nothing, legitimately. So like, and this is the thing, it's that like, this is not out of nowhere, because Holden has been changing as the episodes went on, mostly as the season went on. Like this season is the Holden falling to the dark side season. Like, that's what this is. So, and it's been little moments such as like, whenever Holden beat up that guy with the chicken, Holden stopped Naomi from doing anything, and then Holden didn't do anything, and then they talk about it, and Holden even tried to justify a little bit, just being like, "I would have stepped in if it kept going." And it's like, "Were you?" And it's like, "Yeah, maybe." And then Amos, the episode of that, Amos said like, "You didn't even try to stop me." And Holden was like, I don't remember what he said, but I think it was essentially just like, if whatever you do help us just figure out this shit that we're doing faster, just fucking do it. And like, Amos is like, "Nah, I think I just beat you to it. I think you were the one that was gonna beat him up if I didn't." So like, I like that micro moments like that have been sprinkled around the season, and I think that Holden has kind of broken down, because not because of the things that he saw. I mean, yes, to a pretty good degree, the things that he saw. But I think it's been through the things, I think it's more on the things that he has gone through more than the things that he saw, right? I don't think that what broke him as a person and broke his like morality and like the lines he wasn't willing to cross, and now he's just crossing like, "Fuck you, I don't care." I think that what actually happened is not that he saw arrows and he saw it being super fucked and he was like, "Oh my god, we need to stop this." I mean, to a degree, but I think it's mainly been situations where we have bad choices to make and we have to make them, and things we do deliberately hurt people and sometimes kill them. And the fact that and I said he was lawful good, and I stand by that. I stand by that because at that moment, he was lawful good, right? Okay. Because he was very lawful, and he had good goals. The problem is that, and I said this already, even said it in Doctor Who, but like, whenever you have a lawful character, and especially a lawful good character, that is being put in a situations where they can't be neither lawful nor good, they are gonna freak the fuck out because like they cannot compute the situation, and that was has happened to Holden a couple of times already this season, especially where shit people are just dying. You have to do fucked up shit, and I think eventually that just broke him. He was just like, I can't. Fuck, I did it. Fuck, I did it. Fuck, I did it. I'm doing it. I guess I'm doing it now. All right then. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're gonna take that thing down, because the other thing is that he got super emotional about this whole situation. Like he's emotionally compromised on this pro molecule hunt because he's super vengeful about it. And we saw it like here. We saw it several times, by the way, but in this episode mostly because he kept ignoring things that would be bad to do just to kill it. Just to be like, I'm gonna kill it. So he is vengeful over the pro molecule because of the things that it has forced him to go through, as well as the thing that the pro molecule itself has done, and the fact that it's being controlled, and it's just an evil thing. It's like, sure, but I think more than anything, he's emotionally, personally involved in this because he has gone through shit that he didn't want to go through, and that to him it just broke him, and he's finding things to blame on because of it. Because at the end of the day, it is the fault of something, and you can follow the pro molecule pretty well. You can say like, yeah, it's that thing's fault, we should just kill it, and then it's like, all right. So that is where that character is at this moment. I think it is a character that has gone through fucked up shit, has been forced to do fucked up shit, to the point that now he's, to a degree, desensitized to it, but at the same time, he's so angry at the fact that he had to do that now he's pointing his anger at the existence of the pro molecule, which is why now he's super vengeful towards it. And so okay, so the way that came together near the end is that, moving to the other point of the story, previous episode I was wondering if Naomi and Amos were still going to be a group of people that were going to follow, and we did, is that they went, okay, so party split in previous episode. They went back to the somnambulist lady and they said, okay, we're here to help you repair the ship and take people out. So the woman accepted Naomi's help because of, of the people of the Rosie crew that fucked them over. It was mostly Holden, and I guess to some degree Amos, not really Naomi. So Naomi was like, I'm here to help. And then she repaired the ship. Thing is that the station has a lot of people in it, and they're like, okay, and a lot of people are just standing on top, like in front of the gates for the somnambulist, because like that's the last ship, that's the only way out of the station, and the station is literally dying right now. So it's like, okay, Naomi's like, okay, I'm gonna fix your ship, we're gonna take the people out. The lady goes, okay, here's the problem. We only have air for 52 people. There's like over 100 there. So half the people are going to have to stay. Half the people can go. But the problem is that I can't just like go and tell people, hey, half of you are going to die, half of you have to come here. Because a riot will happen. People are just going to fight each other. They're going to force themselves in. And it's going to be annoying. It's going to be a mess. So let's just fucking go. Let's just leave. Which is like a weird thing to say, because I feel like that lady, previous episode, she was like, not previous episode, but like 2 episodes ago, that lady was like, I'm here to help people. I worry about the people. I worry about this like individuals, and I always focus on helping them out. It's like, and now in this episode, she's saying, well, fuck them. Like, there's nothing we can do. Because like, if like we can't take all of them because everyone's going to suffocate, and we can't even go and say, hey, half of you are going to die, because then everyone's just going to riot and they're just going to fucking kill each other and kill us. So let's just leave them to die then. That's a weird thing to say, because Naomi did the right thing, and it could have backfired. I'm not saying it couldn't have, but Naomi did eventually just went like, fuck it, I'm doing it anyway because I have a good nature in my heart, despite hiding that protomolecule thing away and never telling people that I did that. But I have a heart with good nature and I care for people, which is the reason why she's here. So then she drugs Amos with that thing that took the edge off of him. So like a tranquilizer or like some Xanax, whatever. Just fucking injected him with it like 4 times as Amos was trying to stop her, and then she just went. So she went, she opened the door, immediately people just rushed in, they took her away, and like the big guy, there was a big guy that they said, hey, look, guard the door, make sure people don't make a mess, and then I'm gonna give you like a VIP passenger seat. And he's like, gotcha. So he was just kind of guarding the door. It was a weird thing because he was just one big dude, and there's like a mass of like 100 people in front of him. So it's like, I feel like they could have just taken him out. And I know he had like a metal pipe, and he can probably like take out like a couple people, but I feel like they could have easily overpowered him. But I guess everyone was just like, nope, not risking that. So that one dude was there, and then there were like an extra 100 people. Naomi goes there, she opens the door, she goes like, all right, so listen to me. Everyone just rushes in immediately. Everyone's like, open the door. And they just grab Naomi, just throw her against the wall, just hold her neck, just like, fuck you, you bitch, you lied to us. You think you're better than me, whatever. And Naomi's just being just like, no, listen to me. There's only air for 52 people. Any more than that, people are going to die. They're going to suffocate and die. The only thing we can do is to make sure that 52 people get in. So make sure. And the dude is just like grabbing her neck, just like about to just beat her to death. And she's like, no, listen to me. We need to make sure that the children get in. We need to make sure that the ladies get in, the kids, the young lads get in. Just like all of the priority people need to get in first. And we need to make sure that we fill them with that first. And it's only up to 52 people, and then we're out. Because like that's all we can take. No more. And the dude's like, okay, what's in it for me? And she's like, I'm going to give you my place, you know? Just like, I'm going to stay, you can go in instead of me. But like, make sure that like we can get the children in, right? So the dude has this moment, he's like, all right. So then I'm glad that big dude had charisma. Because he had this like little speech of like, you know, we Belters, you know, we always have it rough, and we know we have it rough from the moment we're born. Like, we know this is a harsh reality we live in. That ship has air for only 52 people. And we need to make sure that we save all of the children. We need to make sure that we save all the good people here. And some of us are going to have to take the fall, but that's a sacrifice we're willing to make because, you know, sometimes life is just like that. Sometimes you just be like that. And we're better than that. We're going to die, but we're going to have our pride with us, you know? So he had a little speech and then people kind of calmed down. And then Naomi kind of looked at the camera, and then the woman opened the door. So then they start going like, okay, children go first, group 1 go here, and then a woman went in, and then some young men went in, and then it's like, okay, 52 people, that's it. Well, I guess 51. And then the dude is just like, well, Naomi is just talking to the dude, and she's like, okay, thank you for doing everything for us. And he's like, okay, you can go in now, I'll stay. And then the dude is like, no. He throws in the like metal pipe that he was holding and just pushes Naomi inside and goes like, okay, you're not done yet, you know, or like you're not done fighting or something like that. Like it's not, like story's not over for you yet, main character. That's what it felt like. So then he just put Naomi inside the ship instead of him, and they all just like, him as well as all the Belters just stayed. The door closed, and they kind of just like looked through the window and just kind of did like a salute, just like, we're dead now. And then they just left with the 52 people, the children, the women. They all left. Amos is still like drunk as fuck in the chair. So then after getting out, the thing that I said previous episode was gonna happen, which is the Martians just go like, this is a no-flight zone. You can't fly here. And I'm like, I guess they didn't have a plan for that. I mean, what plan can you have for that, right? But the fact that they didn't even address it to me was like, I guess they just forgot about the no-flying restriction zone. So then there's just like, listen, this is a care ship. We only have survivors here. There's children, there's women, just like, we please let us pass. And they go like, negative, final warning. And she goes like, listen, just board us, whatever, take us away. Just don't fire on us. They fire a torpedo. So at the same time, the Rosie hears transmissions from Martian ships, because of course they do. So they hear that they're gonna fire upon the ship called the Somnambulist. And Alex is just like, they're gonna fire on the Somnambulist, they're gonna kill it. And like, the Karakum just got destroyed. We're gonna come back to that in a second. And so of course, as soon as they see a ship that is just flying not on the register, that's just not something that should be out there, they're just gonna kill it. Just no problem. We need to go help them. And Holden has this moment of like, I really want to kill this fucking Caliban right now. I really want to do that. But I'm gonna use a brain cell, and I'm gonna go help Naomi and Amos and all those people that we decided they're just gonna die. And then Naomi decided I'm gonna go save them. And I like that Alex was like, Naomi was right, dude. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Killing that thing's not gonna do anything. I mean, it might do something, but it's like, that's not gonna stop this like war you're putting against the proto-molecule or whatever. We should actually focus on like helping those people out. And like, if Holden had gone back, like if with the Rosie they had gone back to like to Ganymede, to the station, they would have probably saved everyone. But no. Well, how much air does the Rosie have? Maybe they could have saved everyone. I don't know. The Rosie is much smaller than the Somnambulist, I think. We saw it at the end. So I'm not sure how many people it could have hosted, but it could have had more people in it, for sure. So, okay. So Holden uses a brain cell and goes like, all right, we're going to help them out. So then they come in, they shoot the missile down before it hits, and then they send a transmission to all the Martian forces. It goes like, all right, this is the Rocinante. We have this like super high-tech advanced Martian warship, and we can just destroy all you motherfuckers. And we might die in a blaze of fire too, but let's just not attack each other and just let this fucking civilian ship pass. And everyone goes like, all right, sure. Let's just not fire. Let's just not kill each other, because they can see that the Rosie is like super capable of war. So they go like, all right, sure. Let's not do that. And then as we fly away, we see that the Caliban is in fact inside of the Rosie. So sure. We already talked about that at the beginning of the discussion, but like, okay, so yeah, the character was destroyed because it was shot down by Aaron Wright. Anything else I need to go through this episode right now? Because I talk about Holden in depth. I talk about Prax a little bit. The whole thing with Jupiter Mao and Aaron Wright, Christian, Amos, Naomi. No, I think that was pretty much it. I thought there was something else that I need to talk about first. And I might be forgetting something, but like, no, that might have been it. Just like, all right, so I've been saying that like the Rosie were being put in situations where their character are being pushed to a breaking point, mostly Holden and to some degree Naomi, which is why she just said, fuck it, I'm gonna go help people previous episode. But for Holden, it's becoming very apparent that he's gone. He's just like, I'm gonna kill this thing. Just like, all right, my man needs some therapy. So that could be a thing. And so like the fact that Naomi's not with him anymore, that might be a problem, because I feel like she was like the only thing that to some degree kept him sane. To a little bit. It didn't do much, but it was there. Now she's gone, and it's just Alex and Prax. Prax antagonizes him because, of course, he's like, that might be my daughter. We need to understand that. He's like, shut up, plant boy. I think he said plant man or some shit like that. Just like completely dismissing him. And Alex is like, dude, what the fuck? And to a degree, I'm glad Alex is there, because Alex can actually be the voice of reason. And Alex, I feel like it's a pretty good voice of reason. Not necessarily all of the time, but he's a pretty like caring guy. And I love Alex because of it. I love that Alex cares so much about people, and that he like pushes himself in order to do better, in order to help people. Like, he's not an idealist. He just like focuses on like, no, I'm gonna do what I can in order for like these people to be okay. Like, I'm still remembering that one time that like they like saved a couple like refugees from Eris, I think, and then next episode he was like worried about, oh, maybe they won't be able to find like a good job. It's like, oh my god, that's like the smallest fucking thing you could possibly care for, but he does care. And I'm just like, that's good. I like that so much about Alex. And I'm glad that Alex was the one that just kind of told Holden, dude, what the fuck? Let's go and do that instead. That's much more important. So I'm glad that that's happening. I'm glad that he's holding out on this bullshit. I don't necessarily like what Holden is doing. We can hope that he won't do that again and that he will realize the errors of his self-destructive ways. That's not gonna happen in like 5 minutes, you know? That's something that he is gonna have to work on, but that's not gonna happen right away. He did have a moment where he kind of like looked over at Prax for like a second in this episode near the end, something that maybe he's thinking of, like, maybe I fucked up, maybe I should care more, like maybe he's onto something, you know? Maybe that's the thing. But for now, he's kind of a dick. It's kind of a dick. So we'll see where that goes. It's weird because he's your main character, and I guess you can have a fucked up main character, but like, it's still weird. It's still really weird. Okay, so anyway, I think that's it. That's it. Everything we need to talk about for now. Boy, what's gonna happen next episode? And the Rosie, like, I just want to know, like that's a way to end that episode. There's like, Caroline is in it. We're thrown into, and it's in it. Okay, sure. Let's see where that goes then. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of an Expanse reaction. If you would like to see next one already, should be the finale. It should be up on Patreon as well as full length. Check out the links in the description and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care.